Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be making a Kusadama, which is a geometric origami thing. You're going to need 6 pieces of paper and standard preferably origami paper. I'm using different colors. You guys don't have to. But I'm using 8x8 origami paper if you were interested. So let's get started. We're using 6 pieces of paper, and you're going to be doing this 5 more times. I'm going to show you how to do it first. So what you're going to do first is you're going to fold the paper in a quarter, horizontally, right? And you're going to make a nice sharp crease. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to fold it in. And that's what I'm doing. Okay, so after this, you're going to flip it around, and you're going to do the same thing, but only smaller. Make sure you have your flaps. Now, you're going to fold it in, right? And the tendency is the flaps want to come out, but make sure that they don't, because then it'll kind of look sloppy, and you'll not have a beautiful Kusadama. Again, quarter it, make it nice and even, make nice sharp creases too. Gonna do the same thing on the other side, and I was just showing you what the inside looks like. Okay, now you're gonna have like a nice square. It should look like that on the inside, and there you go. You have your nice little square so far. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to pull out the inside. So you see how there's the flap on the inside? Well, we're going to pull those out, right? So now that we have this, we're going to do, like I said, we're going to pull out the flaps from the inside. So we're going to open it up and squeeze those 2 points together. And make sure that the point is even, there's no like paper sticking out on any side. And you're gonna make sure the triangle's nice, like that. And I fold it up for good measure to give it a nice crease right there, okay? Now we're gonna do that to all 4 sides. We're gonna pull it out. Sorry, I was having trouble. Squeeze the 2 points together, and then crease it. Sorry, my crease was kind of bad. So now you have 2 little points. It's kind of starting to look like a pinwheel, right? So like I said, fold it up for good measure to make sure you have some nice tight creases. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Pull it out, squeeze it together. Fold it up, then down, and crease it. There we go. I think you get the gist by now. Okay, now that we have that all sorted out, it's going to start to look like this. If it looks like this, you know you did something right. And now, the next step is we're going to take those points that we just pulled out and not push them back in, but we're going to push them so they make like a diamond shape on the outside. Just follow my lead. That sharp crease that you just made is going to help you. So you're going to put your finger inside and then push down. Let me do it again. Finger inside, then push down from the center. So now you have like a little diamond shape. And origami is usually very repetitive, so you're going to be doing this a lot. Is pushing it down, making it on all 4 sides, things like that. Finger inside, push it down. Okay? So now you have 2 of your sides. Now you're supposed to have little diamonds, and make sure that they're open and facing the inside. If they're open and facing the inside, you're doing really great. Keep going. don't doubt yourself. And if your creases are not as good as you want them to be, don't worry about it. This is probably your first, second, third time, and you're learning. That's what this video is all about. Okay, so I just finished the third diamond, and now we're starting the last one. Okay, so now you should have 4 diamonds all open inward. Press it down, make sure it's nice and tight. There you go. Now it should be like a perfect square. Nothing in the back. There we go. And now, this is the tricky part because the paper is going to get kind of small. You're going to fold the diamond edge inside to that middle line, right? But make sure you're kind of folding it like a kite. So it kind of looks like a kite when you're finished. And I just did one side. Now I'm going to do the other. And with these folds, it's going to help you make like this nice pattern on the outside. So after you're done with this, I would suggest making them all kites first, but usually you put your finger in and then push down, right? Which you just did for the diamond shape. But now you have like a little tiny kite shape. Don't worry if it's not perfect. It's tiny. It's a tiny piece of paper. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. Like I said, put your finger in and push it down. Okay? And now you're going to do this 6 more times on this piece of paper. I'm just going to show you how I did it, and then we're going to move on to making the next pieces. Okay? And by the time you're done with this, it should be a nice little sun shape. So you have the first 4 done. And do you start to see the pattern that I'm trying to create here? It's like a nice little, cute little pattern, things like that. So you see the first 4 pieces that I have. Okay, continuing on. Origami is a skill and it's an art form that should be treasured and appreciated. Just remember, origami is very fragile. It's paper. It rips, it breaks. So don't feel bad if your paper like crumples or rips, because sometimes that does happen because it is paper. So don't feel too discouraged if your creases are not proper or your paper rips or crumples, because it happens to all of us, trust me. And this is one of the first things that I learned that was a geometric origami. When I say geometric, meaning like more than one piece using to make it, like 3D, that's what I mean. But if you want to learn other stuff that is origami related or how-tos, I can help you with that. See, this is the completed sun shape that I was talking about. And the last thing that you're going to do for these pieces is fold the corners back, the triangles. You're going to fold them back. And make sure you don't get the edges of the kite shapes in the front. But these triangles are important because it's going to help the piece stay together. So I know traditional origami doesn't have tape or anything, but we're going to be using it for the sake of beginning and keeping it together. It's going to look neat, okay? So these triangles are very important. They don't have to be uniform. They don't have to be the same size. And voila, you have your first piece down. You're going to have to do this 5 more times because you need 6 pieces. Now, I showed you before that I have all colored paper so we can tell the difference between the pieces. And there is a completed one side. Here's the side view. It looks pretty, doesn't it? Bottom view. If it looks like this, you're doing really good, okay? So I'm just going to show you the end of the last piece that I started because I just showed you. If you need a recap on how to push down the pieces. See, as you can tell, my piece ripped a little bit. So, like I said, everybody's not perfect. It's not going to come out pristine. But like I said, these are little pieces of paper that you're going to need to push in. Now you see you have that completed sun shape. And again, we're going to push the corners to the back. Now, for the lack of time, I'm going to speed up the next pieces that I do, because I don't want you to watch me and sit here and do 12 million pieces. So here's the completed second piece. Yay, now we're going to use our tape. And we're going to take little pieces of tape and do a little roll with the tape. And like I said before, those triangles are going to come in handy because we're going to put the tape rolls on the triangles to connect all the pieces. So it doesn't matter what triangle you put it on, as long as you put it on one. And now we're going to connect two pieces. Make sure that the flaps are together, and you can push them together as hard as you want. Make sure they stick, because that's what's going to make this piece together. And now I was having a hard time sticking them together. So I used an extra piece of tape, and they stuck just fine. You can push them together with your pointer finger and your thumb to make them a little bit tighter. And you're going to want to make like a boxy shape at first. So I'm connecting red, yellow, and pink for the base. And you'll see the pink coming up right about now. So we're going to connect red, yellow, and pink with tape. Again, you're going to tape the pink to the yellow, or whatever color you're using for this. But make sure you fold it so it makes like a 90-degree angle when you're doing it. And I admit this is kind of a hard piece of art to do. So kudos to you if you made it this far. When I was first learning this, I had trouble myself. Okay, so here we are sticking the pink to the yellow. Push it down, make sure it's nice and tight. Squeeze it in so we get like a square shape. Now we're going to put on the blue piece, I believe. Now you're going to connect the blue piece to the pink and the red with your tape on both triangles. It's good to put it on the piece first and then stick it together, instead of putting the piece on like after you stick it. Okay? Oop, I dropped the blue. Here we go, sticking the blue to the pink. It doesn't matter if the tape is all jagged on the inside, you're not really going to see it. So don't worry about that. Squeeze them together a little bit. Now, this is the base, the 4 pieces. And like I said, if you made 6 pieces, you can make this with 5 pieces. But we're making a 6-piece one because we want it to be kind of like a ball. And my tape roller was being really difficult. But yeah, here we go. We're taping the blue to the red. And usually I would use glue, but glue takes a long time, so here we go, the base. And now we're going to add the top and the bottom. I'm just showing you how it looks. Now we're going to add the top and the bottom, which is green, I believe. So we're going to add the green piece and the light blue. Yeah, there's the green. Okay. Going to tape that on all 4 sides. Tape. It makes me happy that this doesn't involve scissors or cutting or anything. That's usually origami, using scissors and tape to cut to make certain things. But I'm so happy that this only takes paper and tape and it's really fun to do. It doesn't take that long, and you can hang it around your house, nice decorations, things like that. And you could say you made it. I think that's a good thing about origami as well, is you made it yourself, so it kind of makes you feel good about making it. Tape, last piece. I'm really bad at rolling tape, so give me a break, okay? Now we're gonna stick it to all 4 pieces. And remember, you have the bottom to secure it, so. Stick into the pink. Just make sure it's aligned properly. Because you don't want to... See, the inside doesn't look too pretty, but the outside looks really nice. Now all we have to do is stick the bottom. And I think I've designated light blue for the bottom. We're going to stick all the 4 pieces of tape on there. Yeah. And while I'm making tape rolls and taping this down, this is really a good project to do with kids, especially to keep them busy or entertained, or if you just want to learn for yourself how to do origami. If there's a lot of good resources to start learning origami. If you look later on my channel, I'll probably teach more simpler things. If you want more how-tos, you can request some more how-tos. But if you like this geometric kind of... It's called a Kusadama. I know the origin is Japanese or something like that. Yeah, I believe it's Japanese. I know the origin is Japanese, but if you want to know more about it, you can always Google it, or I'll probably put a little description in the bio. So here we are sticking them to all 4, and our Kusadama is nearly done. Just have to stick these few pieces, and here we go. Our beautiful masterpiece is created. I thank you guys so much for sticking around for this video. If you liked it, subscribe, hit the like button, and I hope you make many more creations like this. Here's just what it looks like in the windowsill. Oh my god, she looks so beautiful. Work it, girl. Yeah, you could put it in the window, put a nice light in it. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.